Alright, so what have we covered so far? We've understood that these letters x, y, w, they just represent numbers. So just like you can say 2 plus 2 plus 2 is equal to 3 times 2, right? You can also say x plus x is 3 times x, 3x, right? So 3x just means I have x 3 times. And then if you have different numbers, like 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3, something like this, we can say that's going to be, oh no, let's go with 5 plus 5 just for simplification. Then we can say I have 3 2's, so we've got 3 times 2, and then I've got 2 5's, so then plus 2 times 5. Similarly, if I have x plus x plus x plus y, that's going to be 3x plus 2y. Right? And then you can add these like terms together. So if I have something like this, I have 2x plus 2y plus 3x plus 4y. That's basically saying that I have x plus y, and then I have 3 x's, and then I have 4 y's, right? So just taking our time to really understand what's going on. So this can be written like this, and then we just add up all the x's. So I can say I've got 2 x's here, and I've got 3 more x's from here. Okay, and I've got 2 y's here, and I've got 4 more y's from here. Yeah, so that's going to be 5 x's, and that's going to be 2, and then 4, 6 y's. Okay, so this initial line can basically be written like this. So yeah, this is called collecting like terms. So we collect all the x's together, collect all the y's together. Right, so anytime you have negatives, so if you have 5x minus 3x, so that's going to be basically x plus x plus x plus x plus x, so 5 positive x's, and then I have 3 negative x's. So then minus x minus x minus x. So plus x minus x cancels out, plus x minus x cancels out, plus x minus x cancels out, so we're just left with 2 left over. So that will just be 2x. Okay?
Yeah.
If you have 3x minus 6x, something like this, then you have 3 positive x's, so that's x plus x plus x, and I have 6 negative x's, so minus x minus x minus x minus x minus x minus x. So now, if I cancel them out, 1 positive cancels out 1 negative, like that, and I'm left with 3 negative x's left over.
Okay.
So let's do negative 3x, or 3 negative x's. Okay, so that's why you get an overall negative number. Okay, so that's what's going on in the background. Okay, so let's try again. So 6y minus 3y, 9y minus 3y, what do we get?
6y.
6y, good. And then here carefully collect like terms. So we've got 7y minus 3y, and then we have 2w plus 2w.
Okay. 4y.
Good.
Plus 4w.
Good. Yep, we're done. Okay. So here again, the numbers represent their own terms, right? So this is 7 times y, this is 3 times y. This is just 10, this is just 9.
Yeah.
So you're going to add the y's together, and you're going to add the numbers together. So what do we get?
11y.
So 7 plus 3, which is
10y.
10y.
And
10 minus 9.
Minus 1.
So you've got positive 10, and then take away from that 9. So, alright, so you can think of it this way again. You can think of you start from 0, let's say. This side's positive, this side's negative. So you go this way by 10, okay, and then you come back by 9.
Okay.
Okay, so you're on the positive side still.
So 1.
Yeah, positive 1. Yes, good. So plus 1. Okay, so the bigger number, the sign will belong to the bigger number. So when I had positive 3 and minus 6, the 6 was the bigger number, so the answer was negative. So that's another way to remember, I think, about it, okay? So here we have positive 10, negative 9, 10 is bigger, so the answer will be positive. Okay, so we take away. They're opposite signs, so we take away, and the positive number is bigger, so the answer is going to be positive.
Okay.
Okay, let's skip ahead a little bit. Okay, so let's try this one.
Okay.
So how do we do this?
So 4C.
So 3C minus C.
2C.
Yep, 2C. And then we have minus 10D plus 4D. So we've got minus 10 plus 4. Alright, so carefully think it through. What's the answer?
6D.
Yeah. And is it positive or negative 6?
And positive.
So we've got minus 10 plus 4.
Negative.
Negative. We've got 10 in the negative direction, and then we come back by 4. So we're still in an overall, we're still over here, right?
Yeah.
We end here, so that's still negative. So negative 6. Okay. So you'll get it eventually as you keep doing more and more. You'll obviously, so just keep trying. Okay, let's do it this one. So carefully.
Okay. Positive 13x.
Good.
Okay. And positive 11y.
Okay, so let's look at these two. We've
Oh,
got
so
plus
5
3 minus 8.
5y.
Yep. And what's the sign on the 5y?
Positive.
Again. So again, we start at 0, right? You go positive direction by 3, 3 in the positive direction, and we go minus 8, so we go 8 in the negative direction from there.
Okay.
So where do we end up?
Negative. So negative 5.
Yeah, so we end up at minus 5, yeah? Alright, so yeah, carefully, like we'll do more obviously, we'll keep doing it until you get it. So about this one.
Okay. 11x.
Yep, good. And then carefully, so minus 6, and then from there I do minus 9, minus 3. So that means that if I start at 0, I go 6 in the negative direction, and I go 3 more in the negative direction.
Okay.
Yeah, what's the answer?
Negative 3y.
So I start at 0, I go 6 in the negative direction, that takes me minus 6, and then I go 3 more in the same direction. So that will take me to minus...
Minus 3y.
Oh, minus 3 is over here. Right, so I go minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, and then I go 3 more.
Minus 9.
Minus 9y. Okay. Right, so does that make sense? So if they've got the same sign, you add them together, and you give them the sign. So if I had positive 6 plus positive 3, that'll be positive 9. So if I have the same sign, you just add them together, and then give them the sign. And if they have negative opposite signs, we take them. So if I have like minus 6 plus 3, then they have opposite signs, so we take them away. So I do 6 minus 3, which is 3, and I give it the sign of the bigger number. So the bigger number is negative, so I give it negative, okay? Alright, keep going. Carefully think this through, so what's the answer here?
4 minus s.
Good.
4s. S.
So what's the answer?
4.
Try again.
3s.
3, yes, good. Alright. Okay, so again, carefully.
Okay. Okay, 8c.
Good. And carefully minus 3 and then plus 7, so what's the answer there?
minus 4s.
Okay, so 4s is correct, but again, check this. I have minus 3s and I have plus 7s. Right, so which one's bigger?
7. So
7, so it'll be positive for us.
Mm.
So basically, if you visualize it again, you start here, first you move backwards by 3, and you get to minus 3, and then you move forwards by 7. So you get to positive 4. Right?
okay.
Can you visualize that?
Yeah.
So minus just means move to the left, positive means move to the right. So minus 3 means you move back by 3, and so you take 3 steps to the side, this to the left, and you take 7 steps to the right. And so you end up 4 steps to the right from where you started. So if you start at 0. Okay. Alright, so alright, keep going. Until you get like 5 right in a row, we're going to keep going.
Okay. 11a.
So take your time, make a diagram like this if you need to.
Okay. Minus 2c.
Yeah, good. That's it. Alright, let's keep going.
Okay. Um, 2a.
Okay, so again, I have positive 3a and negative 5a. So 2a is fine, but what's the sign?
Positive. Negative.
Yep, so the 3 is positive and the 5 is negative, so the 5 is bigger. So we'll give it the sign that the bigger number has. So that'll be negative 2a. So again, do the w's.
So negative 7.
Yep, good.
We
Good. There you go. Okay, so here there's 2 terms again. So y squared is a term, so you can add the y squareds together. Anything has a y squared you can add together. And w squared is a term, so anything has a w squared you can add together.
okay.
Okay, so we have 3y squared plus 1y squared, so that's 4y squared. And then 2w squared take away 1w squared. So positive 2 take away 1 is positive 1, because this is bigger. So it's just w squared.
Okay.
Okay, so these should be fine. Let's try this one, e.
Okay. Positive 8h.
Good.
And positive 2k. Yeah.
Yep, good. That's it. Good. So positive 5 minus 3 is positive 2. Good. Okay, so try simplifying x cubed plus x cubed. He says the answer is 6x to the power 2x to the power 6. He's wrong. Explain why. So here we just say I have x cubed and I have another x cubed. So I have 2x cubed. Right?
Yeah.
So he's adding the powers together as well, which he shouldn't.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Right, so find an expression in terms of x and y for the perimeter of the pentagon. So the perimeter means you add up the length of the outside of the shape. So basically we add up all of these sides to get the perimeter. So we do x plus y plus y plus x plus 2x. Okay. So when you simplify, what do you get? Or when you collect the like terms?
Mm,
Yeah.
um,
So find all the x's. So we've got x here, got x here, got x here. We add those together.
4x.
4x, good. and then
plus y 2y.
2y. That's it. All right, good. Okay, so let's simplify fully. So we've got three types of terms here. So we've got x squareds, you've got just x, and then you just got numbers. So we're going to add up each type of term individually. So the first thing I'll do is I'll look for everything that has x squared in it. So I'll say that has x squared, that has x squared, so I'll have to combine those together. Then I'll look at everything that has x, so that has x, and that has x, so I have to combine those together. And then I'll say, okay, what's my third type of term? It's just the numbers, so I'll have to add the numbers together as well.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna, just to kind of make things clean, I'm gonna wipe that out. So can you very carefully and slowly simplify this?
Mm, positive 1x squared.
Good.
Um, positive 5x.
Good.
And then positive 4.
Okay, so let's, almost there, so let's look at these terms. So we've got minus 1, minus 5. Right? So they've got the same sign. That means we're going to move in the same direction. So we're going to go 1 this way. So if I start from here, I'm going to go 1 this way, and then I'm going to go 5 this way. Right, so where do I end up? I do minus 1, then I do minus, yeah, negative?
4.
No, because I'm negative, because I go 1 and then I go 5 more, right? So if I take 1 step and then I take 5 more steps in the same direction, how many steps away am I? Right, like I'm taking 1 step in this direction and then taking 5 more steps in the same direction. So I'm 6 away from where I started in the negative direction. Okay, so it's negative 6. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so, all right, so expanding. So, expand this out. So how do we do that? So let's just imagine we have 3x. Sorry. So imagine we have 3x again. So we've discussed earlier that this just means x plus x plus x. It just means you have 3x's. Right? So if I have 3x plus 2, something like this, then I can just say that's going to be x plus 2, x plus 2, x plus 2. I just have 3x plus 2's. Right? So I just have x plus 2 three times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you simplify this then, like we did before?
Yeah. X 3x
3x
plus 6.
plus 6. Good. So this means that this line here can be written as this. So another way we can do this is if I have 3 times x plus 2, I can take 3 and I can multiply it with the x to get 3x. I can take the 3 and I can multiply with the 2 to get plus 6. And you get the same answer this way. Okay, so when you have a big number, this is the best way to do it. So if I have like 12 times x plus 3, I don't want to write this down 12 times, do I?
No.
But I can just multiply. I can do, okay, 12, I'm going to have x 12 times, so that's going to be 12x. I'm going to have 3 12 times, so that's going to be 12 times 3, 36. And then you get your answer quite quickly. Okay, so I'm going to do a few, then you can try a few. So here I have expand and simplify, 3 times x plus 6 plus 8. So first I'll expand this bracket out. So 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times plus 6 is plus 18. And then outside I have plus 8 there. Okay, so that's the expansion done. Now if we do the simplification, so to collect the like terms. So 3x is by itself, so we can't really do anything to it. But I have 18 plus 8, which is plus 24. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I'll do one more. So I have 9 times y, which is 9y. And then I have 9 times minus 2. Okay, so that's going to be minus 18. Right, so think about what that means. It means you have minus 2, minus 2, minus 2, minus 2, that are 9 times. So if you add them all up, you just minus 18.
Okay.
Okay. So 9 times minus 2 is minus 18. And then I have plus 4y plus 3 outside the bracket. So 9y plus 4y, both are positive, so I add them together. That gives me 13y. And minus 8 plus 3, they're different signs, so I have to take them away, so I get 15. And the minus is the bigger number, so the answer will be minus 15.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, that's fine. All right. Okay, so far this was key stage 3 level, so this is something that people do in year 8, 9, etc. So starting here, you start to get GCSE, or you start to get like your National 5 level questions. So here you have to expand each bracket. So I have to expand the first bracket, and then I have to expand the second bracket, and then we simplify. So here we do 5 times x, and then 5 times 3y. So I get 5x plus 15y. And I do 2 times 2x, so that's plus 4x. Okay, and then plus 2 times negative y, so that's minus 2y.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Alright, so then you collect the like terms. So we do 5 plus 4 is 9x, and then plus 15 minus 2 is going to be 13y, and then the positive number is bigger. That 15 is bigger than 2, so I'll give the sign of the bigger number. That'll be my answer. Alright, so, okay, so imagine that there's a plus here.
Mm-hmm.
And you can try this question with a plus. So take your time, do it step by step. So first, multiply the first bracket out. What do we get?
Okay. So 3 times 4x. 12x.
Good. So this means you have 4x 3 times, right? It will be 4x plus 4x plus 4x. That's another way of looking at it. But just think of multiplying. So you're going to have 12x. And then I have 3 times minus 1.
Minus 1. Positive 2.
Nope, 3 times minus 1.
Oh, 3.
So I've got minus 1 3 times. I've got minus 1, minus 1, minus 1.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay.
minus 3. Okay. Alright, what about the second bracket?
2 times x, which is 2.
2,
X.
2x.
Wait.
And then?
And then positive 2 plus positive 4, which is positive 8.
Yes, it's a positive 2 times positive 4, which is positive 8. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So, and then we collect the like terms. So what do we get?
12x 14x.
Good.
Yeah. Plus 5.
Good. There you go. All right. So now let's do this with the minus. So if there was a minus there, how would this be different? Well, I'll do it for you, and then you can try the next one.
Okay.
Okay. So 3 times 4x is still 12x, and 3 times minus 1 is still minus 3. However, now we have minus 2 times x, so that's minus 2x. Then we have minus 2 times positive 4, so that's negative 8. Okay, so remember, when different signs multiply, so if a plus and a minus, that's answer is going to be negative. If the same signs multiply, then that's going to be positive. So if I have minus 2 times minus 3, that's going to be positive 6. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, and positive 2 times positive 3 is also positive 6. However, positive 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. So if both signs are the same, then the answer is positive. If the signs are different, then the answer is negative. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So here we have minus 2 times plus 4. So negative, one number is negative, another number is positive. So the answer is negative. So now we have 12x minus 2x, so it's 10x. I have minus 3 minus 8. So the answer is minus 11, right? So since they have the same signs, they add together.
Yeah.
Because I go in the
Yeah.
same direction. Okay, so if there's nothing in front, think of it as a 1 in front.
Okay.
Okay, so here, I'll do this one, then I'll give you some questions
Okay.
from your specification. So you have 3 times 4x, and then 3 times plus 8. So that's 12x plus 3 times 8 is 24, if you remember your times tables. And then I have minus 1 times 7x, right?
Mhm.
So that's minus 7x. And I have minus 1 times minus 2. These two have the same sign, so they become positive 2. So be careful with that. So anytime you have minus and minus again, it becomes positive. And then you simplify. So 12 minus 7, well, 5x, positive 5x, since the 12 is bigger. And then 24 plus 2 is 26. That's the answer. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few practice questions now. So these will be from your National 5 past papers.
Okay.
Okay, so, all right, so how would you do this one? Multiply out the brackets and collect the like terms. That's what the question says.
Okay.
So I'll give you a small hint. If I had like 3 times x plus 2 again, like before, then I do 3 times x and I do 3 times 2, because I have this entire thing 3 times. So I'm going to get 3x plus 6, right? So what do we get from the first bracket here?
5 times x, so 5x.
Mm-hmm.
And then plus 20.
Yep, good. And then what do we get from the second bracket?
So it would be 3 times 2x,
Mm-hmm.
6x,
Good.
and then minus 3, so positive 3
Positive
times.
3. Yeah, so positive 3 times positive 1. Right? So,
Yeah.
so same sign means the answer is positive. So positive 3 and positive 1 is positive 3. Okay, so now what do we do? So the question tells us collect the like terms. Right? So
Okay.
the x's are like terms, and the constants, the numbers, are the other like term.
Okay. So 11x plus 17.
So 20 plus 3. So positive 20, positive 3. So you go 20, and then you go 3 again in the same direction. So where do you end up?
Oh, 23.
23. Good. Okay. All right. So I'm going to make up a few examples, and we'll just simply do that as a way of practicing. So this is the one I started with. So let's do 5 times x minus 2. And then let's do minus 3 times y minus 4. Okay, so what's the answer for this one?
5 times x, so that's 5x. And then
Good.
positive 5 multiplied by negative 2, negative 10.
Good, that's it. Hold on, and then try this one. So notice how this is negative now.
Okay. Negative 3 multiplied by y, negative 3y.
Good,
Negative 3y times negative 4 plus 12.
plus 12. Hold on, that's it. Good. So now I think you can try the second question from our examples.
Okay.
So multiply out the brackets and collect the like terms. So this is our question now. So how do we do that?
Okay. Minus 2x.
So you're going to do minus 2 times 3.
6x. Minus 6x.
Good. Keep going.
Then minus 2 times 4. Plus, no, minus 8. Minus 8.
Good. And then we have the other bracket.
Okay. Plus 5. 10x.
So positive 10x.
Yeah, positive 10x. And then negative 25.
Well done. Okay. So now carefully collect like terms. So very careful. I know you can do this, but you just need to be careful and make sure you don't make a mistake.
Okay. 4x.
Good. There you
go. Minus 33.
Yeah, well done. That's it. Okay. So this is actually from the past paper, so this is from the actual exams. So good. Well done.
Okay.
All right. So let's look at another type of question. This is where you have to, where rather than having a number on the outside, you have algebra on the outside, algebraic term on the outside. So remember this. So expand x times 3x plus 4. So we do x times 3x and we do x times 4. Right? So this becomes 3x times x and then becomes plus 4 times x, right?
Okay.
So x times x is 3x squared, so it becomes 3x squared plus 4 times
4.
x. It's just 4x, yeah. There you go. Okay, so same thing, it's nothing different. So I'm just going to make up a few examples. So if you have x times 3x minus 2, what's the answer here?
X times 3x plus
So x times 3x.
plus x times minus 2.
Sure. X times minus 2. Yeah, that's correct. So you multiply it out, but then you simplify it. So then you have to write it as single terms.
Okay.
So that's x times 3x.
3x squared.
3x squared, well done. And then x times minus 2 is just minus 2x, right? Yeah, good. That's fine. All right, so now let's do another example from the exams, past papers. This one. So again, carefully, take your time. So one way of doing it is just dealing with the x's first. So you can say, okay, I've got x and x, so that's x squared. And then here I had a 1, let's say, it was 1x, right? So then I can do 1 times 3, which was just 3. Right, so maybe you can try something a bit simpler before we go on to that. So what if you have 2x times 4x plus 5? Well, then I can say I have 2x times 4x. So that's 2 times x times 4 times x, right? That's the 2x, and that's the 4x. So I can just rearrange this. I can say, okay, I can just make that 2 times 4 times x times x. So that becomes 8, and then these two become x squared. So that's the answer. Okay. So that times that is 8x squared. And then again, we can look at the second term, which is 2x times 5. So 2 times x times 5. Again, we can just rearrange. We can just say, okay, let's deal with a number first, and then we can deal with x. right? So 2 times 5 is 10, times x is just 10x. So then you get plus 10x.
Okay.
Right? And so if I had a negative here, then that would be a negative there. So 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. So the answer would be negative.
Okay.
Okay. So keeping that in mind, can you try this one?
Yeah. Okay. 6x times minus 2x.
Yep.
So minus 12x
Good.
squared.
Good.
6x plus 18x.
Yep. So plus 18x. Well done. That's it. Right. That's perfect. Okay. So I'll give you a bunch of questions similar to this for homework, but for now, let's move on to a new type of expansion. So let's deal with something like this. Let's say we have x plus 2 times x plus 3. We've got two brackets now. So previously we've dealt with a number times a bracket, and we've also dealt with algebra x times a bracket, right? Like we did here. But now we've got two brackets multiplied together. So one way of thinking about this is you can say, okay, I've got this entire bracket multiplied with the x, and I've got the entire bracket multiplied with the 3. Okay, so the next line will be this entire x plus 2
Yep.
times the x, and then this entire x plus 2 times the positive 3. Okay, and now it's become a question like this one. Like this one. Like this one, sorry. Right? Like these questions here. So I've got number times a bracket plus algebra times a bracket in this case. Okay, so what we're doing is we're taking this entire x plus 2, and we're timesing it with the x, and then we're timesing it with the 3. So before we had an x, and we did that, so now we're just taking everything in front of the bracket and doing the same thing. So we're just treating that whole thing as one number, which we can, because x is a number, 2 is a number, so x plus 2 is a number, so you can just treat that as a number.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the first line, and then we can just, as before, x times x is x squared, x times plus 2 is plus 2x, and then plus 3 times x is plus 3x, plus 3 times 2 is 6, and then we collect the like terms, right? So we have x squared, that's the only x squared, so we leave that. 2x plus 3x is 5x, and then plus 6, that's the only number, so we leave that as well. And that's the answer.
Okay.
So you can do the same thing if there's a negative. So if I have x, okay, so I'm going to leave that up here. And I'm going to give you the next example question to try.
Okay.
So you can use use this one as help if you need to. But so how do we do this then?
X times 5.
X times. So again, start off by just writing it as this entire thing times the two brackets, times the two terms, right? So we'll have this entire x plus 2 times x, and then we'll have the entire x plus 2 times plus 5. Okay? That's the first line. And then what do we do?
X times x.
Good.
X squared plus 5x.
Yeah, so 5x is for this one.
So
So do it bit by bit. So x times x is fine, so do this one next. and then we'll do this one, and then do this one.
Okay. 7x.
Yep, good. So you get 2x from here, you get 5x from there, so 7x. Yeah, you've done it. You know,
Okay.
you skipped a line there, which is good. Then what do you do?
2 times 5.
Yeah.
So 10.
That's 10. Good. Okay, so anytime you have something like this, you can do something called a FOIL. So I'll just do it here. So you can use FOIL to expand these. So FOIL is a mnemonic, which is something that helps you remember. So F stands for first, firsts, O stands for outsides, I is for insides, and then L is for lasts. Okay, so we'll just do the same question, but we'll use FOIL now. So I'm just going to move that down a bit. Okay, so using FOIL, we first multiply the first two terms together. So we multiply the x and the x together. These are the first terms of our two brackets. So that gives us x squared. Then we multiply the outsides together. So multiply the x and the 3 together. That gives us 3x. Then multiply the insides. So multiply the insides of the two brackets together. So that gives us 2x. Then we multiply the lasts. So multiply the 2, and the 6, 2 and 3. That gives us plus 6. Okay. And then that's basically skips a line. It kind of goes from here straight to here. Okay. So once you practice this and become very good at it, it becomes quite easy. So it becomes x squared, and then plus 3 plus 2 is plus 5x plus 6. Okay. So basically what we're doing is we're doing the first two, then we're doing the outsides, then we do the insides, and then we do the lasts. So make sure everything multiplies with everything.
Okay.
Okay. So same thing as we're doing here, we're making sure that the x multiplies with the 2, and x multiplies with the x and the 2, and the 3 multiplies with the x and the 2 as well. So we're doing the same thing here, just a bit quicker.
Okay.
Can you visualize that? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so let's try something slightly harder. So example 6. Okay, so I'm going to use FOIL this time. So expand the brackets and collect like terms. So my first term is minus x. So I'll do minus x times the... So I'll multiply the first. So minus x times 3x is minus 3x squared. Then multiply the outsides. So minus x times minus 5. Right, so minus becomes positive. 5 times x becomes 5x. Yeah? And then I'll do the insides. So I've already multiplied this one and this one. Now I need to multiply the insides together and the lasts together. So 6 times 3x is plus 18x. And then 6 times minus 5 is going to be minus 30.
Okay.
Okay. So my first term is minus 3x squared. Then I have plus 5 plus 18. They're both the same sign, so they add together. So plus 23x. And then minus 30. Okay, so I'm going to give you another straightforward one, and then we can try a harder one. So let's try x plus 3 times 2x plus 5. So how would you expand and simplify this?
Okay. X times 2x. So
I can use FOIL. So x times 2x, which is
2x squared.
good.
And then plus x plus 5x plus 5x.
Yep. Good. Plus 5x. Keep going.
Okay. 6x plus 6x.
Plus 6x. Good.
And then just plus 15.
Plus 15. Hold on. So that's the expansion done. Now we have to simplify.
Okay.
So do we go?
So 2x squared. And then plus 11x.
Good.
And then plus 15.
Yep, good. Well done. Right. So let's try with the minus. So what if I had x minus 3 times 3x plus 1? So introduce a negative sign now, so I have to be careful with that. So again, FOIL, I'm going to use that. So go on.
Okay. Okay. X plus 3x to 3x squared.
Good. Keep going.
And then plus 2x.
So you did x times 3x, and then you want to do x times 1.
1x.
Yeah, plus 1x. Just x, and then
Minus 9x.
minus 9x. Good. Very good.
And then minus 3.
Minus 3. Well done. All right. So now you have to simplify. So again, very carefully, what's plus x minus 9x? Because the first term there's just one of x squared. Last term there's just one of one number there. So you can just copy those down. We don't have to really worry about those. It's these that we have to simplify.
Plus 8x.
Okay. So plus 8 minus 9. Right? So 8x is fine, but think of the sign. Don't guess. Just think it through. Don't just guess. Because obviously guessing is the worst thing you can do because you're going to be right only half the time, right? So you have to.
Okay.
So if you go 1 in the positive direction and you go 9 in the negative direction, so where do you end up?
Positive 8x.
Yeah, so you start, you do plus 1 minus 9. Right?
And then
So let's say you take 1 step forward and you take 9 steps backwards. So where are you compared to where you started?
you're negative.
Negative, right? Yeah. So does that make sense? So the
Yeah.
bigger number, we move more in the negative direction than we do in the positive direction. So overall, our displacement where we end up is negative. Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you another from the examples, which means these are past exam questions. Okay. So this is from 2014, paper 1, question 2, which I think you can do now. I don't think this is too hard for you.
Okay. Okay, 2x times 3x is 6x squared.
Good.
And then 2x times 1 is 2x.
Good.
Minus 5 times 3x, minus 15x.
Good.
Minus 5 times 1, minus 5.
Yep. Good. That's it. And then
So 6x squared, and then plus minus 13x.
yeah, well done. And then last time, which is
And then just minus 5.
minus 5. Well done. That's it. Good. Okay. So one more thing. So if I have something like this, x plus 7 squared, right? That just means x plus 7 times x plus 7. I just have x plus 7 twice.
Yeah.
And then I use FOIL on that side. Then I do x times 7, 7 times x, 7 times 7.
Okay.
So then there'll be x squared plus 7 times x is 7x plus, so x squared, 7x, then 7 times x is 7x again, and then 7 times 7 is 49. So I get x squared plus 14x plus 49 and so on. So don't be afraid if you see something like this, it's just the same question, right? It's just the expanding brackets out. Okay. The last type of question that you need to learn about, that you need to know, is when you have one bracket with 3 terms in it. So something like this, for example.
Okay.
Let me just paste it. There you go. So something like this, right? So you can see we've got x minus 4 and then times another bracket, and in the second bracket we have three terms, three things. So it's very similar to FOIL. So we're going to take that. We just want to make sure every term gets multiplied by every term. So we've got 2 terms here, we've got 3 terms here, so we're going to get 6 terms. So we're going to 2 times 3, 6 numbers we're going to get on the next line.
Okay.
So we have to take this first term, multiply it out with all 3 of these. And we take the second term, minus 4, multiply it out with all 3 of these again. Okay, so very similar to FOIL, it's just we have to do it for every single term now. For FOIL, we just, we did the first two, we did the first term with the 2 here, and then we did the second term with the 2 here. So now we're doing the first term with the first, second, and third term here, and then the second term with the first, second, and third term of the bracket. So making sure everything is multiplied by everything.
Okay.
So we do x times x squared, which is x cubed, right? Because that means it's x times x times x. X squared is x times x, times x by x again, we get x cubed. And then we do x times x, which is plus x squared, and we do x times minus 2, which is minus 2x. Right, and then we do minus 4 times x squared, which is minus 4x squared. Then we do minus 4 times x, which is minus 4x, good. And then last term would be minus 4 times minus 2. So minus minus becomes plus
8.
8. Yeah, good. And now if we simplify. So x cubed, there's no other x cubed term. We can keep that. For x squared, there's 2 terms. We've got 1x squared and then minus 4x squared.
Yeah.
So that becomes minus 3x squared. For x's, we also have 2 terms. We've got minus 2x, minus 4x. So they're both negative. So they're going to go in the same direction. So it becomes 6x. So minus 6x. Right, so we've got 2 backwards, and then we take 4 more steps in the same direction. So we end up 6 away from where we started. And we have plus 8. Okay. So iterating again. So we want to just take that, multiply it out with everything. And then we do the same thing for the other term. We take that, multiply out with everything. Okay, so that's the last type of question you need to know, basically. So how about I give you some one to practice?
Okay.
Okay, like that. So very quickly, let's go over this one. So how do we do this?
Okay. X times 2x squared is 2x cubed.
Well done.
And then x times negative 7x, which is negative 7x squared.
Well done.
And then x times minus 3 is minus 3x.
Yep, good.
5 times 2x squared is 10x squared.
Yep, good. Plus 10x squared.
Yeah. 5 times minus 7x is minus 35x.
Well done.
5 times minus 3 is minus 15.
Yep, good. And then you have to just collect the like terms. Good. So well done on the expansion. So how do you collect the lactams?
Just keep the 2x cubed because there's none.
Yeah, good.
And then plus 3x squared.
Well done. Okay, keep going.
Plus, no, minus 3x. 38x.
Good, minus 38x. And then we just keep the minus 15 because that's the only number term. Well done, that's it. Okay, so I'm going to give you a worksheet. So let me just 21 to 25.
Okay.
21 to homework. And alright, so I'm going to paste it here.
Mm-hmm.
And you can attempt that over the week. So it's just the stuff we've done today. Don't worry about the factorization bit, we don't need that. We'll do that next time. So for now, just, you don't have to do every single question, but do enough that you really, really understand what's going on. Alright, so I'll see you next time then. Take care.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.